Predator. This came out in 1987. This was directed by John McTiernan, who also directed Die Hard and Last Action Hero, which also stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is an action-adventure sci-fi movie around 1 hour and 47 minutes long. The story of this is pretty much a team of big men, commandos, going in on a mission in Central American jungle, which he finds himself hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior named Predator. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is the R rating. This is a must movie for an R rating for sure, because when it comes to the visual stuff you see in this movie, all the torturous stuff like skeletons with blood on it, or spines being ripped out of a body with blood going everywhere, just gruesome stuff, the R rating is a must needed. Directors, well, obviously John McTiernan doing an amazing job with this movie. Not only does he do a great job with obviously keeping pacing and tones and what he actually accomplished with the story and the actual Predator itself and the cast, but not only that, it's also understanding how you use a location. I think that's something that's really special about this movie, because how he uses the location in this movie really makes you feel compact, really suffocating whilst you're watching it. From the beginning to the end, you're just waiting for them end credits to roll, because you're feeling so compact, just like the people in the film who are being killed off, all the army guys, the commandos. The score of the movie is absolutely awesome. One of the best 1980s scores in my opinion when it comes to Alan Silvestri, really doing a masterpiece when it comes to the music. Technical side of the movie, when it comes to the cinematography, we've got a bunch of obviously different angles when it comes to wide shots with explosions and everything. We've got a couple of close-ups obviously of Arnie and really like flexing his muscles, doing his male testosterone stuff. We got a bunch of stuff when it comes to the cinematography, which is great, of course. And the lighting, I think they really used lighting well in this. Obviously it was pretty much daylight and nighttime throughout the movie they used. The daytime stuff was all really well executed, but the nighttime really well done, because getting all what they got in the nighttime, I really did enjoy that. As well as the tone and the pacing of the movie, I thought was terrific throughout in my opinion, and never really bored throughout the movie. Really, I was always entertained, on the edge of my seat, really into the movie, always, whenever I've watched this movie. Writing and the plot, in my opinion, is great because it's so simple but exciting at the same time. It's a team of big muscular men going in there trying to get some hostages out there, but this Predator's taking them out. Pretty much, it's such a simple plot, but the way it's written, the way they deal with the situation and the story is just absolutely great. The script and the dialogue for the most part was great, it really was, especially when it comes to Arnold Schwarzenegger going against his team. He really has some funny moments in there, and obviously you get some great obviously one-liners and really catchphrases throughout the movie as well. The last half hour I think about the movie, there was no dialogue. But really, it was truly on the edge of your seat. You were still entertained, even though there was no dialogue, which is great. Obviously, the action is a great point, because the action is thoroughly throughout. You get an action scene in about 20 minutes throughout the movie that just wants to get in, introduce its characters, get in there and get the action, which is what everybody's watching Predator for, is basically shooting, explosions, and this Predator ripping people to pieces. That is what you watch this movie for, and they know what they're doing, and they've done a great job of that. And then we have the cast and the performances. We get some big personalities in there, obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger being a big guy as Dutch. And the one thing I want to say about Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is a top performance from him, one of his best in my opinion. But the great thing about this movie is it doesn't feel like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Like, when you've watched films in the past, you think, okay, that's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, I'm going to go and watch that. This feels, obviously we know Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it, he's on the poster and stuff, but this feels more like a Predator movie. This feels like something Arnold's a part of. It doesn't take over the movie, it's pretty much him being a part of the story, which is great, and I really did appreciate that from the way the director done that, and the way Arnold performed in this movie was really well. We have Carl Weathers as Dylan. Now, Dylan is a great character. Obviously, we know him as Apollo Creed in Rocky. He was great in this movie. He had some really great banter with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was a guy that was courageous, wanting to get in there and obviously top Arnold Schwarzenegger. These were really competitive, which made a lot of great humour moments, but a lot of great action moments as well. We also have another 3 characters which I enjoyed personally in Anna. Anna obviously being the victim, the hostage in this movie. She had some good moments throughout the movie. She can be quite annoying, I must admit, but she is quite an interesting character. Also, we have Mac and Billy. Now, Mac obviously being a great character. He was one of the ones that was really sneaky. He was sort of like the sniper rifle guy in, obviously, a story. He's quite sneaky, likes hiding in, camouflaging in, and doing what he can. And I must say, he was a quite interesting character. He had some good humour moments as well. And Billy as well. I absolutely loved Billy because he was that man. He felt like a Samoan. He wanted to just pretty much rip his shirt open, show that male chest stuff, muscles and stuff, and he wanted to take the Predator on one-on-one. And I just loved that sort of stuff. It gets you going, come on, on the edge of your seat, wanting this fight to happen. And I really just found his character interesting in total. But when it comes to interesting me, what interested me the most, and I must say, of course, it is the Predator. You go to watch this movie for the Predator, and of course the Predator does deliver. The power and the abilities, the way they show the Predator in this movie is fantastic. It really is. It's entertaining, but also scary too. Imagining you are in that situation, and not only that, while you're feeling compact in the movie and suffocated whilst watching it, you're feeling all these deaths happening and stuff like that. And it really is a pressured movie, but also fun and entertaining at the same time. It's just great. Favourite scenes and favourite lines in the movie, I'm going to give a couple. Now, the final fight scene between Arnold and the Predator is amazing. It's really, truly entertaining, and not only that, just seeing the bigger signs of Arnold going against this massive Predator, it's just purely entertaining, pure fun, and just great for action. It really, really is. One of the best fight scenes ever, in my opinion. It's just so great. Scene where Arnold meets Carl Weathers and as Dylan, obviously, they do the arm wrestle thing, and obviously Arnold is just too strong for him. The way they compete with each other is just great. And favourite line for me in the movie, I tweeted it, it is, "You're one ugly motherfucker." I love that line every time. It makes me crease up laughing because it just fits the moment perfectly. It's one of them lines. Obviously you can get to the chopper moments. You've got some other great lines in there, but that line always really fits the movie perfectly for me. Now on to the bad points. Now there is a few little nitpicky bad points I've got, only 2, and the bad points that I have is the heat vision. Obviously the Predator has this heat vision. The problem I have with it is, obviously it was used quite a lot in the movie because he's trying to find these army mercenaries. I felt like it was a little bit overused in my opinion, and not only that, it's not because it was overused, because I don't think it stands up in today's world. Obviously in the 80s and the 90s and even early 2000s, it stands up quite well, but now the effects that they used back then could be definitely a lot different now, and I'm sure even in the later Predator movies they're much better, of course. So it's just one thing that bugs me for the movie, just a little nitpicky thing there. But not only that, some of these side characters in the movie, I feel like they could have really give a little bit more character depth in the beginning before kicking straight into that action. I felt they could have maybe gone half hour with the build up instead of 20 minutes, given that extra 10 minutes to really introduce these other mercenaries, and then we get straight into the action. I feel like that would have been a little bit more beneficial. So guys, it is rating time. Let's have a look what the critics had to rate this movie. We have IMDb giving it a 7.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 81%. And Metacritic giving it a 45. My rating for this movie is a 9.5 out of 10. That makes this totally fucking awesome. Overall guys, this is just one of the coolest, fun, entertaining action movies ever. You get all these big men going up against this big Predator, trying to survive, fight for survival. You get so much blood and guts and explosions and everything you want in this type of movie. It's just so fun. This, in my opinion, really stands up tall against Alien. In my opinion, it's just as good as the original Alien. I really do enjoy this movie. This is a must-watch for sure, and if you haven't seen it, which I've heard a lot of people don't even know the Predator or haven't seen the Predator, you need to watch it. So guys, a 9.5 out of 10 for Predator. Don't forget to let me know your ratings and thoughts in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear what you think about the movie, what your favourite catchphrases are, what your favourite moments are, everything in general about the movie. I'd love to hear your thoughts in that comment section down below, of course. And if you enjoyed this video, simply smash that thumbs up button. Gets the video around for other people to enjoy, as well as lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm giving you and to give you more just like this one. As well as guys, if you're new, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much more movies and TV TV series content. Obviously, when it comes to movies and TV series, we review stuff, we rank stuff from the worst to the best, and we also react to trailers. There's a bunch of stuff on the channel already. Don't forget to check out the other reviews throughout the week where we reviewed Prisoners, Nightcrawler, and also we reviewed The Green Mile. A bunch more to come, and if you have any suggestions on movies you want me to review, or even rank from the worst to the best, and ideas in general, don't forget to hit me up down below in that comment section, or hit me up on social media, mainly on Twitter at jspringit94. On there I tend to do votes for people so they can get their ideas on there, what they want me to review next, what's the best ideas and stuff, and I'd like to get your guys' feedback on Twitter, so really go and follow me on there. So without further ado guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springett.